Chapter 2. My first interaction with Bhavna. My first day at college was horrible. After the late night humiliation, I woke up early in the morning and reached the assigned section A. The letter A and the word morning always excites me because all the movie halls run grade A shows in the morning. But this day was different. Around at 9:05 am, girls started entering the classroom in small groups. Why do girls always remain in groups? I thought. Maybe because girls are fewer in number and minorities always feel more secure in homogeneous groups. Like all other engineering colleges, there were fewer girls than boys in the class. They could all be accommodated in one room. In Allahabad and at the IERT, girls and boys sit apart. It felt like India and Pakistan. No one was allowed to cross the LOC. As instructed, all hostelers had settled down in the second room. We were yawning, mouth open wide like crocodiles, and water running from our eyes with every yawn. I settled in between Arvind and Dipendra in the wild hope of getting some eye tonic. It would help us recover from the restlessness due to our lack of sleep. My jaw dropped on seeing the terrible dress code. All the girls looked like Pathans, covered from top to bottom in grey kurtis and dark grey salwars, their chest enveloped by snake like dupattas. I noticed that their hair was tied back with red ribbons. It reminded me of the model in the government advertisement for the Saksharta Mission. Welcome to rural technology, Ajay, Arvind whispered. I frowned and realized two cunning friends always think alike. Soon someone informed me that one of the rules of ragging was that the girls had to wear red ribbons. It was a great relief to know we were not alone in our misery. The girls were also undergoing similar humiliation. At least, ragging does not have any gender bias. The girls settled in the first row. A beautiful girl was sitting diagonally across to me. Surprisingly, she was not wearing a red ribbon, which caught my attention. She had short hair, so she could not tie it back with ribbons. She had used at least half a dozen of clips to keep her hair from getting frizzy. Her short hair reminded me of Ragini. My, my mind had committed the cardinal sin of comparing two girls. This new girl seems to be more beautiful than Ragini. But my daydream was interrupted. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Everyone screamed in unison. Good morning, students, the professor replied. A towering 6.5 foot professor with a pot belly and curly hair entered with a fake killer smile, with his heavy build and canvas shoes. Professor Beast looked like a sport teacher. He started to take attendance because no one knew their roll numbers yet. He started calling out our names after 15 names had been called out. He said the name Bhavna, and the short girl responded, "Yes, sir." She looked stylish, wearing spectacles that complemented her beauty like accessories would. Those spectacles made her look like a doctor, a smart doctor. She was smart, but that was not mean she was not beautiful. I only want to imply that she was so smart that her beautiful looks were overshadowed by her smartness. After 15 minutes of a slow poisonous attendance, Beast Sir wrote electrical engineering on the board with a white chalk. It took him 5 minutes to draw circular orbits. He jabbed 5 times at a single point on the outer orbit with the piece of white chalk. An inch broke off his 3-inch pieces to chalk and fell to the ground like a bomb. The electron he had drawn and ended up looking like a spider stuck in, in its own web. No one in the world could stop me from falling asleep in the face of the professor's sluggishness. All the other hostelers were suffering in the same manner as they tried to keep themselves conscious. Our eyes watered with each yawn. Contrary to his physics, Mr. B's voice was very thin. It was like the decade Gabbar Singh, speaking with the voice of a bubbly 12-year-old girl. We glanced at each other and smiled mischievously. Mr. Beast noticed this and stopped teaching abruptly, not uttering a single word. A deadly silence followed. Even the snails stopped crawling. He glared at us furiously. After a few seconds of silence, he flared his nostrils. Dear students, please try to understand. If my blood boils, then you are not going to cook rice over it. That boiling blood will definitely harm you lethally. Everyone burst out laughing. The short-haired girl also smiled, and her cheeks dimpled. What a smile! I became an instant fan of her smile. I snapped myself out of it and putting a hand on my chest, mumbled, Mr. Rajai, please stay within your limits. You should not develop another crush. In the hostel, after dinner at around 10, as expected, the moronic seniors returned. Our glory was at stake again, but we did not feel embarrassed today. Maybe we were getting used to it because it was true that हमाम में सभी नंगे थे. We were all nude. We had assembled in the corridor again. With our glory hanging loose, the seniors began taunting us again. No, no more. I prayed to the Almighty. Perhaps the congestion in God's network superseded, and no one intervened with any help. Juniors, tell us the name of your targets. Hopefully, you have chosen the one. Akanksha Singh. As expected, Dipendra shouted first. Bina Misra, Arvind said. Parul Tripathi, Gaurav said, with a cunning smile on his face. His smile reflected the seriousness of his thoughts. I was amazed to hear that these girls were in my class. Where were they? Why hadn't I seen them? Finally, it was my turn. Bhavna, I said. I had only noticed her. Oi hero, what's her full name? One senior shouted at me. I was stuck and starting looking for help anxiously. Dipendra jumped in as a savior. Bhavna Pradhan. As expected, Dipendra was more aware about girls than anyone else present there. The senior left with this last commanding announcement. Juniors, you can be asked about your target at any time. So pay attention. That night, they ended their so-called training at around 2. We had graphics lab after a few days. Laboratory classes in engineering were an opportunity for students to spend time together for 3 hours. The boys could flirt with their targeted ones during the time. In order to accomplish my ragging task, I would express my desire to sit behind Bhavna in class. But Mahatharki, Mr. Dipendra had indicated his presence and settled him between her and me. I went to Dipendra and whispered angrily, Kamine, seize my target. I have to collect points for ragging. Show some maturity. Dipendra retaliated. If someone mentions being mature, it means he thinks he has the license to act immature. I glared angrily and whispered, Speak softly and sit there. Sit here. If you move away, now she might catch on. Sale Tharki? We planned so thoroughly that we could have been row agents and the girls our secret assignments. Why am I so desperate to sit next to her? I can pay attention to her even from a distance. Besides, I can say anything during the ragging. How will the seniors figure out what is true? I was shocked at my own immaturity. Until then, I had been perfectly sure she was not my next love. Mr. Balu Pandey, our graphics lab teacher, entered the class. I was excited because he and I shared the same surname. But he acted like Dipendra. He started explaining plans and elevations, paying great attention to the girls. In fact, he turned out to be an even bigger flirt than Dipendra. Maybe girls need more attention during the labs, I thought to myself in frustration. Mr. Balu had shown us one half cut diagram and we were made to draw its plan and elevation. All the students were struggling and glancing at each other's desk for help. I tried to reach my target twice, but Dipendra was still sitting between Bhavna and me. I didn't want my horny desire to be recognized by anyone, so I remained seated where I was. I mentally abused him, using all the curses I knew. But Dipendra was already on top of it. Every few minutes, he turned to discuss something with Bhavna. What is an elevation? How do you draw a plan? These were Dipendra's idiotic questions. Anger erupted inside me. Finally, I burst when Dipendra went to Bhavna's desk and started measuring lines against her chart. Why are you feeling bad, Mr. Ajay? They can be friends. It's normal in an engineering college. All the others are also talking and picking at each other's seat. I shifted my anger to Balu sir. The assignment he had set was simple. If I asked anyone for anything, it would give the impression that I was dumb. My false ego had proved the biggest obstacle in breaking the ice with Bhavna. To prove myself a genius, I started explaining stuff to all the others unasked, as if they were dying to receive the much valued consultancy of Ajay Pandey. I tried twice to reach out to Bhavna, but she looked as busy as a squirrel with its nuts. She didn't look my way even once. Dipendra came to me and said, Ajay, at least try talking to her once. I am not a despot like you. I am not a flirt who can talk with no reason. I replied egoistically. Sale Fattu, coward. Dipendra said, rightly. I didn't counter with an argument. After an hour of continuous sitting, I had realized that I didn't have courage to talk to her and started focusing on the plan and elevation. I was busy with my seat and about to complete the assignment when I suddenly heard a sweet sigh voice. Do you have any clue on how the plan of this diagram will? Oh, you already finished it? I started the source of the melodic voice. A beautiful girl with killer looks was standing in front of me. Do you want any assistance, Bhavna? I asked, making myself out to be the most intelligent person in the class. Seeing Bhavna, a few more girls started peeping at my worksheet. My exhibition of smartness went on for a few more minutes, and Dipendra was looking aghast, and his lips formed the words, Sala Daspo. Bhavna crossed to my islay when we were about to leave for the day. I decided to say bye to her. I waited desperately as she took tiny steps towards me, and the moment she was near enough, I said bye. Bye Ajay, she called back. We both smiled. I noticed the cute dimples on her cheeks from front for the first time. With that bye, customarily, drum beats started rolling in my mind. I reasoned with myself, Mr. Ajay, please hold your horses. The drum beats settled down after 5 minutes of internal celebration. That was my first interaction with Bhavna.